So I mean, I suppose the purpose of today, what we've done is we've laid on sample roast for Aloes and the guys, and really going step through step through how we've set the cupping up, how we've roasted the coffee, how we cup the coffee, and then simply then how we sort of evaluate and have a discussion at the end. And again, from a sample roast perspective, really again just to analyse coffees on par to make an evaluative decision on their quality and whether it would be something going forward that you feel could work for your business or for one of your products.
So regarding sort of the cupping side of things, so that everybody can understand the processing. So when we've started off, we've weighed out the coffee to.
We weigh out to 16 grams here for these tumblers. We let the coffee steep for 4 minutes from pouring, from which rate, before even making it wet, you would be smelling the aroma, and then we wet, 4 minutes, break, and that's when we're smelling the fragrance. We're letting the coffee really cool down.
So what sort of level of water are you putting into that 16? Is it 15 grams or 16 grams?
So the optimum ratio is 8.25 grams of coffee per 150 millilitres of water.
So you're just doubling that then basically?
Yeah, we've just ratioed it out. Tumblers or cupping bowls, porcelain cupping bowls, whichever you prefer. And so
the process of so once we let that settle for that 4.5, was it 4.5 minutes?
4 minutes for
From that point
for
onwards,
the steep
the next section
before we break. Yep. Yeah. Then what we're doing, we're taking the crust off of the coffee. Mm-hmm. Last thing you want to do is start slurping and getting grinds all in your gnashes.
Exactly.
And choking on those. So we skim the bowls, put that away and decant it. And then we just have to wait. I mean, usually we were waiting about sort of 13-14 minutes for the coffee to be sort of at an optimum temperature, and from then on, really again going around cupping the coffees, cupping all the different bowls, because you may taste slight variances. And always cup if possible. If you have a lot of cups, it can be difficult, but always try and possible hot, medium, and cool, because coffees will change depending on the temperature.
I noted that on some of them when we were trying through, they really do change, and some for the better and some for the worse.
Exactly, and it could be for the good, it could be for the worse. They could be uniform, but again, through when coffees are cooler, acidity, sweetness will come through a lot more than when you're tasting them very hot.
Yeah, of course.
So again, we use some of the terminology there. Basic flavour. Acidity. Balance. Uniformity. They're some of the key aspects. Body also as well, very important. Personally,
the notes you're looking for then in different
exactly they're the main descriptors, and then from there on, obviously you can go into much more depth within the flavour. The SCA flavour we have behind us. And again, the sort of typical thing would be to do it in silence. You don't want to put ideas in people's minds.
You want them to use their senses.
But it's not a problem if you do. If you want to stir conversation, it's fine. But it's always interesting sometimes sometimes it is more exciting actually to do it in silence and actually see completely randomly what people are getting, and then be like, because it might not be. What you should do at the end, you should evaluate all together, go around and be like, what did you taste? And it's like, I didn't taste that then, but now you've said it, I can pick that out.
I suppose we've all got those taste profiles of, we're all going to taste something different. Something is going to shine through on that coffee. So it's
and you should never feel stupid as well. That's
it's a natural product, isn't it? So it's objectional to how you're tasting it as well, because no one's got the same taste buds.
Exactly.
That's half of it. So out of all the coffees that we've tried to date, there was two that really sung to me personally. So can you tell me a little bit about the Costa Rican Naga vodka?
Yes. So this is from our micromill, Pau Mical. So it's a yellow honey process. So basically leaving a little bit more sweet mucilage on the coffee bean when you're drying it.
Okay.
This will just naturally give the coffee a much more sweeter taste, sort of a bit more of a fuller body.
So that mucilage, is that the pithy bit of the cherry? So
yeah,
that surrounds the bean.
As soon as you take the cherry off, again, fully wash process, you're taking the cherry off, you're washing the coffee with water, you're drying it, and you have just a green bean.
Yeah.
You roast it, you're tasting the bean, nothing else.
You're not tasting anything else, no.
Yeah. So the yellow honey, so we're leaving the sweet mucilage that is kind of left from when you've taken the cherry off.
Yeah.
It's dried. Again, it's interacting with the sun and the drying process.
So that mucilage, that's the.
It's just very sweet. If you ever eat into a cherry, it tastes very
pithy
sweet.
bit in it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then the other one we were looking at then was the Mexican. Oh, how do you say that?
Coya melter.
Coya melter.
So again, exactly the same process. I think this coffee in particular probably shows off and exhibits how the body can be amplified a lot more. Again, from producer to producer, from farm, they're all going to differ. It depends on the attitudes, depends on the varieties, but again, should be adding body, and I think this is a really good example of that. And the sweetness again that you're getting from that pulp natural process really sort of hits the back of the throat.
It does, yeah. And that's one of the things I noticed. It's got that lovely. Out of all of them, was interesting. Didn't necessarily like it, but it was interesting, and it's the Costa Rican Soncara. Is it Soncara? Sonjora.
So this is the guy who runs our office. This is actually his own family farm.
Oh, okay.
So gone into detail there already with the processes and the natural. Again, this is the other extreme, typical in Brazil because of lack of water and what the coffee is. But with these coffees, higher altitude specialty coffees, we've seen a lot of people experiment now, and really simply just leaving the cherry on the bean, drying it on the patios this way. It's very tricky to get because again, it's just sun. An organic product that you're trying to dry. Everything can be different. You're having to turn the coffee regularly to try and regulate and get everything uniform. And then again, what you get is these coffees that have interacted with the cherries, they're fermented, the sugars, and you're getting really wild, winey coffee.
One of the things I noted in that one, it was quite rich, sort of clarity almost. It was quite an interesting flavour.
Really, I would say these coffees, whilst they're wild and they're quite out there, delicate's the wrong word, but you don't want to play with them too much. Just a simple pour over method, a Chemex, something like that works perfectly to sort of bring out the best attributes of those coffees.
Fantastic, thank you.